coming to you live from the backseat of a 1984 Holden Kingswood. It's time for Destiny Down Under.
Welcome to the 197th episode of the Destiny Down Under podcast. As every fucking week, I'm Log Power Slave, and as every week, I am joined by none other than look at him. He's a little bit sleepy this week. If you're watching in the live stream or watching the YouTube video, a little woken from his slumber Mylan games. There he is, a tired little papa.
I knew today was going to be a struggle. It's been a while. Like, look, I normally spring out of bed ready to stream 5 a.m. in the morning. Yeah, boy. Today, I fell asleep twice getting out. And just before the podcast, I just had a 25-minute nap.
Oh, no.
I fell asleep.
Too long.
25 minutes.
Anything more than 5 minutes and you're fucked.
Nah, 25 minutes is fine. You can get a 25-minute nap. More than half an hour. Yeah, mate, baby, I was tired. Because I was tired before.
Groggy.
Yeah, look, I've got these stupid ciders because I don't have much alcohol. Actually, no, look, because I'm intermittent fasting, I can't really. If I have a drink at night, I'll probably be absolutely shit faced.
That's good because I mean, like, look. Let's set some expectations straight off the bat. Whenever we do these Friday night episodes, they're always fucking loose. So if you're the kind of person who comes to, and I don't know why you'd be this kind of person to begin with, that listens to the DDU because you want to hear about like acute lore theories from Matt, or us going over patch notes in detail, I'm just going to go ahead and say you're probably not going to get that tonight because it's been a fucking big week in the context of the world. It's been a big week in the context of everyone's life, and yeah, I think we're all due just a fucking laugh.
No one even. Everyone knows now that I'm a phony. Like, no one even comes to my stream anymore to hear lore. They come here because they know the other. I'm like I'm the watering hole. They just know other lore nerds are gathered in this location and will have the answer.
It's fine. Mylan, the Water Truce Games. I mean, to be fair though, how can you be upset about people not taking you seriously when you are on fucking stream shaking your ass on Tuesday? Like,
best tweet I've had in a while, mate. Thanks to you,
mate. Yeah,
best tweet I've had in a while.
I jumped into our chat just to be our mates, and there was a screenshot there. The screenshot Jugs took that I stole and just tweeted and made up a fucking story about. And then Sassy's comment said, "What sordid turn of events led to this?" I was just like, fucking hell. So, I mean, can't pass up an opportunity to put shit on you. So it was good, and you took it in your stride. It was fucking a great laugh. Just for my benefit, what the fuck were you actually doing? Because I haven't spoken to you since then.
Oh, you didn't even know. You know how you know how there was a moment in time where you could get on Twitch, and if you subscribed in certain directories, your name would be put on the whiteboard at the very bottom. So
yes. Yeah, okay.
That was my impression of.
Yeah, okay. Right.
Trying to incentivize people to fucking sub.
Mylan, the yoga pants streamer. Oh God, I'm worried about you. Is there no depth you won't plumb? First it was monetizing poor Bill. Now it's twerking it on fucking stream. Where is the line? Is there a line? I don't think there is. I think it's good.
And then, you know, we're pretty much back to Word document streams, and they basically make me happy and sad at the same time, because I'll be sitting there playing Destiny And I think, oh, I better read a bit of lore, and then the numbers start flying up. I'm like, what's wrong with you? Why do you guys why do you like it when I read lore to you?
I don't know. I mean, yeah. Look, it is what you did start out doing. So, like, you got to admit, it's less stressful than the OG fucking just come in and ask Mylan any fucking question about lore ever.
Yeah, nah, you're spot on.
Like, you had to refine it somewhat, so you can't be too unhappy about that. But dude,
of course I'm not. Yeah, it's good.
We're only a few days out from Beyond Light now. I changed all of my lighting in here. I mean, if you're watching the video, you'll see that. I went all blue, and I meant for it to look like ice, like the cosmic ice or whatever the fuck, but I realise now that I just look like I'm in a really dodgy public toilet with the UV light to stop me fucking shooting up. So I'm probably going to change it. I assume
the US has those toilets too, right?
I don't know. If you have that in the US, just let us know, where basically they put UV lights in so people can't see their veins and inject drugs. Or is that a uniquely Australian phenomenon? Thought it was in honor of Georgia. It may well
really
be.
At the. I don't know where you. Is it? For me, it's only like the super public toilets.
Yeah. It's like the ones that you would not take a shit in if someone paid you to. Like, you would have to be like, the toilet seats are probably metal.
At the train station.
Yeah, and you're like entering anywhere that's got blue light toilets, you feel like you could die at any moment. It's basically the toilet version of Resident Evil. It's pretty bad. Oh, fucking hell. All right.
Toilet version of Resident Evil.
I'm just going to fucking go back to here. Look. Anyway, now I'll go from the fucking freezer to the oven. There we go. Oh, fuck. That was a bit brighter than I expected. There you go.
There you go, mate.
There we go. Back to normal. Give up on trying to do anything fucking different. There you go. Fuck off. All right. So what we might do, we might blast through the TWAB, and then we can talk a little bit about what you and I think is coming our way with Beyond Light. And if folks want to jump in at the end, ! Discord in chat right now, and you can jump in there. There's a waiting room. We'll pull people up from the waiting room, and you can come on and have a chat. We'll try and get to that as quick as we can because, I mean, we both enjoy doing these episodes a lot. This is probably our favorite thing out of everything we do on the podcast, just talking shit and not knowing what we're going to get. So we'll do that. All right, I'm going to play the sting, and then we're going to talk about this week at Bungie. Pro gamer just grabbed the wrong mouse and started scrolling me little heart out with it. Fuck, it's not working.
Dude, that's like the number one reason I don't want to go to a 2 PC setup. I can't deal with another fucking mouse and keyboard on my desk, mate.
Yeah, you can. I believe in you. You would do fine. You'll do fine. All right. So let's just blast straight through the fucking trailer. We don't need to go through that again. We've all seen the roadmap. That's pretty cool. Here, if you need another fucking look at it, there you are. 1 second. Screenshot it. Just go to fucking TWAB. Read it. You don't need to read it here. Stop being silly. So probably the biggest takeaway out of this week's TWAB is they lit off a few Sandbox changes. So interesting stuff. They say over the last few weeks, our goals have been to set some expectations. We've covered the Destiny content vault, upcoming Sandbox changes, and Gambit tuning. When did they cover Gambit tuning? Was I just not paying attention because it was Gambit?
We probably didn't talk about it because it was Gambit, mate.
Fucking Gambit. All right, so there is now a Quest Archives. There's going to be a Quest Archives kiosk in the tower, so that's good. I mean, that's sort of a carryover from D1. You'll be able to go in there and get all of the exotic quests and whatnot. Exotic Archive, Monument to Lost Lights Exotic Archive will be found by the vault. Players are required various. Yeah, cool. All right, look, we don't need to worry about that. Let's get straight into the fucking patch notes.
Wait, have you not read this either? Have you?
I've read it like at work on my lunch break quickly before I jumped into doing music stuff. It's not super important.
Well, no. But what's this exotic quests?
what it's for is so you can go in and dig out
not
stuff.
There anymore?
Hey?
What if the planet's not there anymore?
Well, then you can't do the quest, can you?
So it's not in the... What's the point of having the exotic quest vault?
I'll read it. Okay. Beginning November 10, 2 new kiosks will be available in the tower. First up, the quest archive will be found next to the postmaster. Our hope is that this removes some of the confusion when trying to track down the odd quest that you had previously discarded. It functions a lot like the one in D1. Additionally, this will be the place for any veteran players to pick up on the new light quest. There you go. So we can go in and jump in and do that. I didn't know that. We did learn something. If they have a strong desire to experience new player tutorials and the reintroduction to the Cosmodrome. Probably not going to do that. They've really undersold that. New player tutorials.
Reintroduction. Yeah.
Reintroduction. Let's go. Next up, the Monument to Lost Lights exotic archive will be found by the vault. Here, players may acquire various exotics and legendary pinnacle pursuit weapons that were once available through now retired quests. So you'll be able to get the stuff that you couldn't because the quests have been retired because of the planets. So to answer your question from a minute ago, now that we've read the information, we know. Aren't we smart? As many of these exotics were tied to lengthy quests or difficult objectives, we wanted to make sure that their prices reflected those previous efforts. Players will need an amount of glimmer, destination materials, masterworking materials, and an exotic cipher or ascendant shard in order to purchase the exotic or legendary which they desire. We're also introducing a currency, Spoils of Conquest, which can only be acquired when completing raids. This currency will be required for exotics previously tied to vaulted raids. So maybe I can just buy a fucking Tarabar instead of Senshi fucking ruining it for me. You fucking maggot.
You just buy shit now.
Yeah, just fuck doing anarchy. Buy it next week.
That's exactly what I was thinking.
There you go. Good job, Matt. You know, fortune favors the lazy. Let's call it that. All right. In the past season, exotic ciphers were very limited in nature. While you can expect one to be available as part of the season pass, Xur will offer a quest to earn one exotic weapon on a weekly cadence. So you'll be able to go and do a quest for Xur, get your exotic cipher that you can then use in the vault to buy anything that you want. I'm kind of looking forward to this. I think it's a good change, given that we're this deep into the franchise and there's stuff that you otherwise wouldn't be able to get. I think it's great. Now let's move on to the more traditional patch notes, this was what I focused on. This was the bit this was what I thought was the bread and butter. I fucking scrolled past that other shit. Crucible, Trials of Osiris, right? Trials of Osiris power level requirements increased to 1210. So that's the minimum power you'll require to get in there. Added adept weapons and weapon mods to flawless chest rewards. And, there's additional information. Maps, added physics blockers to some of the out-of-bounds areas on Altar of Flame, Exodus Blue, and Cauldron. So, kind of sad. I read that like our boy Riot won't be quite as fucking crazy skeeting off the edge of the map. I don't know.
Was that really a big issue?
I mean, to me personally, no. It's going to become a big issue for some other people, I think, though. It's kind of sad. I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe it's sort of savage.
I sort of like, I don't know. If I get killed by someone doing something really funky with the environment like that, I'd probably be like,
just accept it. Okay. Hey? You just go.
Yeah, I'll be like, yeah, fair call, man. Like, fucking power to you.
Didn't see that coming. Way better
than me.
You fucking weirdo.
Yeah, fucking get alive, you loser. Says the guy who hosts a fucking podcast and reads the law. Idiot.
Fucking wake up to yourself. Anyway, player identity. Login screens will now have a dark background. Bless your fucking cotton socks and your retinas. We're all saved. You'll no longer be fucking seared on loading up the game. Though I suggest that you don't play in a completely dark room because it can fuck your eyes up anyway. Updated the full screen menus to have a dark background style. We've seen all these coming. Player waypoints now display season rank. What? Player waypoints now display season? Who cares about that? And HUD waypoints. Okay, cool.
What is a player waypoint?
A player, like when you're like above someone's head, like your little icon-y thing.
Players.
Yeah, I don't know why is it season rank and not just fucking power level. That's one thing everyone cares about. Anyway, whatever.
Well, I guess you can flex the season rank more than you can with power level.
Yeah, if you're a lost sector goblin, good on you. So this is what I meant when we started the show and I said it's going to be different. It's me and Maddie riding along with fucking shotguns in our pockets, ready to dispatch. Okay. It's bad. It's going to be bad. All right. Added toggle functionality on the character screen, allowing the player to make a choice between light and dark subclasses. Very cool. I mean, we've seen that in the trailer. Subclasses, we know we're getting more than the Cosmic OS stasis variant, and we reckon we'll get them at a yearly cadence, so a lot to be excited for there in the long term. Character screen visuals updated depending on player choice between light and dark. So we also saw that in the Vidoc, that the background changes. It's cool. It's cool. I think it's cool. It sets the tone. Character creation, they've changed the selection from male and female to masculine and feminine. Cool. Points for inclusion there. I think that's very Bungie to do that.
I'm surprised that you haven't done that sooner, to be honest.
Yeah. It's one of those things that once you've done your character, you don't really think about, and it's at the end of the day, it's just verbiage, but it's very important. So happy to see them do it. Guardian head and hair models have been replaced with improved versions. Improved versions. So I can't wait for this. This might mean that I finally take my helmet off for more than 1 second when trolling people in the tower.
Can you imagine the memes, like, if they're like just as disgusting as previously, then it's like...
They're gonna be. Most of them were pretty fucking out there, right? What's this? Several color swatches have been changed to better represent the applied color, which you probably applied literal fucking years ago and can't remember anyway. And players' previous head selections are still used. So you'll get the new representation of your old rough head. So it's there's some people are going to win. Some people are going to get hit with the ugly stick. I can see it happening now. It's going to be great. People are going to be... I hope there's one of those
What happened to your Guardian?
I hope the first thing in Beyond Light is one of those cutscenes, the jarring cutscenes where you're flying along in your cockpit and you don't have your helmet on, talking to your ghost, and you're always like, oh fuck, that's what it'll look like. Destiny never change. The MISC category, miscellaneous stuff, fixed a bug that prevented online friends from showing up in their roster on Stadia. No, that's not relevant to us. Who cares? Is there anyone playing on Stadia?
That's not a bug. That's not a fucking bug.
It's not a bug. There's just no friends on Stadia. Why are they wasting resources on this? For fuck's sake. Fixed a bug that occasionally prevented players from earning progress on bounties when joining an activity in progress. Okay, that's fair enough. And this most notably impacted on Iron Banner bounties and could cause players to have their artifact power enabled during Iron Banner matches. Thank fuck that is stopping. Holy shit, because that was so annoying.
I remember when someone came in and accused me of cheating because of that, and I said, "Man, I don't know what you're talking about." Yeah, because I had the glitch. Yeah,
going around two-tapping everyone. I don't know that I ever got it, but I probably did and just thought that I was just, oh my God, I'm fucking, this is how good I am. Fucking idiot. Right, here's a few Sandbox changes, and there's one of them that is particularly both contentious and fucking hilarious, if you may. Travelers chosen, reduced muzzle flash intensity. I haven't even fired that gun, so I couldn't tell you what the muzzle flash is like, but I'm sure it was a big issue. Point of the Stag, increased Point of the Stag max power level to 1310. Divinity, fixed a bug that prevented some weapons from dealing precision damage to the Divinity cage. Ariana's vow. Okay, so, all right, that's just an interaction fucking bug that they fixed there. Hunter dodge. Increased the hunter's dodge cooldown by a few seconds. E.g., tier 4, old cooldown, 22 seconds. New cooldown, 26 seconds. Get fucked, hunters. Why? That's right, Shaman. You want to know why? Because having an ability every 10 seconds that you can dodge, break contact, completely reload your ammo, and heal from is fucking broken, and it has been for a long time.
Oh, and all the shit on Warlock and all the shit on Titans are broken as well. Everything's fucking broken, cunt. Leave it broken.
All I'm saying is buff June marches. That's all I'm saying.
You're such a fucking
I'm
dickhead.
just you know what? I saw CC tweet today that the best thing Cade ever did was die. And Nick sent it to me and goes, I thought you tweeted this. This seems like something you tweet. Like, yes, just people out there stirring the pot. I love it. All right, anti-champion mods, anti-barrier rounds will now penetrate, take, and phalanx shields. Pretty cool. Good change. All anti-champion mods have been shifted to armor rather than taking a weapon mod slot. Cool. So now you can... I'm assuming that they're going to work the same capacity. We'll probably get new ones next season.
Good.
Hopefully not hand cannon.
That was annoying as fuck.
Yeah. So now you can just put it on your arms or your legs or whatever they go on. Probably arms.
But how would that work?
Arms
Would it be like... I guess it would match your element, right? Like if you had void armor
there's no element anymore. Elements are going by the wayside. That stuff's gone. Or like the nothing's tied to element anymore. So, boom.
Really?
Yeah.
When did we talk about that?
About a fortnight ago, mate. I wish I could pretend that I retain most of the shit we like. I remember this shit and you remember the lore shit. Like we could talk about lore that we talked fucking 2 weeks ago. And I'll be like, huh? Clovis, who? Clovis.
Oh, so snipers and hand cannons
you'll be able to put
tied to void.
No, you'll be able to put all mods for all guns on all bits of armor.
All right. Okay, cool.
It's good.
That's good.
Yeah, I feel like it's just another pointless obstacle removed.
Would the mod be? Oh yeah, because whatever the barrier fucking mods are, yeah, you're gonna have to have like an auto rifle still equipped for it to work, right, or whatever.
Yeah, I reckon we'll probably see a rejig of those. You know, like I think anti-barriers on auto rifles, unstoppables on hand cannons. I think we'll see that rejig. So it'll be interesting to see what they put it on. Hand cannons are a fucking chore, man. I was doing lake farming last night with Nick and Ats and just isn't trust. It sucks, man. I was so angry at it. At one point threatening to actually shit down the barrel of a digital gun just because I was that annoyed. Anyway, moving on. It's just that kind of week.
No, I'm still angry about the hunters. Just know that.
Look, go on, son. Go on. Hunter of how many months? Probably 3 hours total gameplay.
Excuse me, I'll have you know, I played 3 games of Crucible in a 3-hour stream yesterday. I was breaking all sorts of Marlin Games records.
Wow.
And in that moment, I managed to rage at the ridiculousness of a fucking Warlock's mobility that's just spamming fucking air dash every 4 seconds, zooming around the fucking map. Yet my cooldown's gonna get added 4 seconds on.
Yeah, it's good. It's what you want. I mean, it's what everyone else wants. I think that's what that's the takeaway. I don't know. Dodge on hunters has fucking pissed me off for a long time. So when I saw this, I wasn't expecting it, mind you. I didn't think it was in a particularly bad place.
By a fucking Titan punch and wiping out the entire team doesn't piss everyone else off.
I'm not worried about that. Not worried about that. Look, I'm just worried about the things that negatively impact me, not the things that leave me giggling like a fucking kid after I've killed an entire fucking team with one punch out of nowhere.
Oh, Goodon needs a buff. Oh, it's only 20 meters. Might as well bump that up to 50 meters. Just the whole fucking map. Just you punch anyone on the map, everyone gets.
You know what I think? Look, here's my proposed changes for June marches. I don't think you should have to sprint before you punch someone. I just think that off every punch, no matter what, 50 meters of lightning. That's it. That's my buff. That's what I'd do to it.
Buff the June marches so they damage people through time.
Yeah.
So your next match, you just load in. People die from June marches.
Fair and balanced, Matt. Fair and balanced. I don't know. I used them back when they were shit. Or they were low-key good. Anyway, The other thing, this is a touching tribute, the spicy ramen coupon wallpaper in 4K. You can jump onto the TWAB right now. You can get it. I haven't downloaded it. I don't particularly care about that stupid token, but a lot of people are butthurt that they're removing it from our inventories. So if you want something to remember the spicy ramen token by, you can jump on. And it's just like a pile of ramen tokens. That's all it is. So cool. Get in there. Also, there's a refresh of the Bungie store. What we might do is I'm going to load this up just purely so I can drive a couple of things home. Is that a drifter blow up doll?
No, I think it's a figurine.
Oh, all right, okay. I mean, like, I'm sure there's a few people out there that wouldn't mind throwing a fucking in the drifter. So you never know.
I'll tell you what. If Bungie wants to make a bit more money, rather than doing all this bright dust bullshit change, just make a couple of fucking waifu pillows. Put Marasov on it, put Shax on one, put the Drifter on it, and I guarantee they'd make some money. Right? Then they could just stop worrying about microtransactions.
You're saying make some body that pillows. They would sell enough full body pillows to negate the need for the entire game to have microtransactions.
You joke.
All right, what I really wanted to raise about this fucking image in the TWAB is that this is when we get into peak season of being reminded how fucking opposite world Australia is. Cool. Do you want a fucking sweater? Do you want to sweater anyone in Australia in 40-degree heat? No. Do you want these fluffy palladium boots that do look incredible? No. I mean, you want a mask. Get a fucking mask. Buy a fucking mask. Stop being a dickhead. There's a soundtrack in there. Buy that. Throw a fucking ear drifter blow up doll. But the jumpers and stuff, I don't even know about that. Like, look at it. What? I don't know. I've never got the fucking ugly sweater thing. Matt, do you own an ugly sweater?
I don't, but Danny does. And it's pretty good.
Okay. Is that like you're saying that under sufferance because you're worried she'll be watching the podcast and come in and slap you in the back of the head?
No. Well, the thing is, we don't get the sweaters because they're ugly Christmas jumpers, and it's like you could walk around in your undies at Christmas, you know.
What do you mean could?
Here, because it's usually fucking 40 degrees Celsius, so you know you don't walk around in a sweater. So
yeah, I know.
You know,
and like,
I get what you're saying.
Yeah, I don't look. I'm just being a spoiled bit. I mean, we're gonna have to endure the fucking dawning as well. When it's like the closest thing that we come to snow is just brutal air conditioning.
Yeah, just but the really thing is, why don't they release like hot gear as well, like some singlets and stuff, some thongs, some double pluggers,
Australian thongs, yeah, just for the benefit of everyone in chat.
I mean, chuck a couple G-bangers in there too if you want.
Hey, why not? If we're throwing blow-up dolls into the equation and fucking waifus, might as well get some shit splitters in there. Who cares?
Yeah, just tile it Marasov's thongs, and then it's really just flip-flops. It's just really flip-flops with Marasov's face on them. But I guarantee the fucking search results will go through the roof.
It'd be a strong metric, right? Oh wow! Oh, this is loose. It's good.
This is why we don't work in marketing. Have you ever thought about that, Log?
About me working in marketing? I'll be a marketing genius. Buy this, get free beer. Sweet, done. I'm an untapped fucking resource. No one wants me.
Oh, you're an idiot. Go on. What's
just
next?
Hanging out in engineering. I'm looking at these. So I'm trying to fucking read this, but I can't stop laughing. Do you reckon they'll get you in to do the ads for the thongs? Bent over, like fucking writing your name on the whiteboard.
Dude, I would do the best fucking thong ad. It would start with me in an actual G-string, bent right over, banana hammock, and turn around and then turn around and be like, not that song in the best Australian accent I can do. And then hold up my fucking feet with a pair of flip-flops on. And then I don't know, probably just doing Australian things in thongs. Like, you can mow the lawns, in a
G banger and actual songs. I mean, to be honest, I don't know that there's any point having like not safe for work ads, because that's what it'd be. Just starting an ad for thongs with a view of right up Matt's Main Street. That sounds awful. That's not going to sell anything. It's going to sell fucking anything. Except maybe buckets.
To vomit in.
Yeah, exactly. All right, what's these fucking emblems about? I didn't even read it. I don't know. Look, okay. Starting November 9, upgrade your arsenal of collectibles and gifts at the Bungie store. Okay, that's above. Exclusive products and free in-game emblems with purchases, including Destiny 2 Beyond Light original soundtrack. All right, cool. Here's the emblems. Honestly, some of these end up being incredibly valuable down the line, because the Darkest Day emblem that I wear and have worn, I got buying the original D1 soundtrack, I think on Black Friday sales or something. I can't remember. I'm pretty sure it was a charity thing, but I can't remember what it was for. But I've worn that to this day, and the amount of people that I get fucking going, where'd you get that emblem from? You haven't been able to get it for like 4 years or however long, 3 years. So if any of these appeal to you, go and buy something and fucking redeem them, because they will be worth it in the long run, I promise. There you go.
Fear of missing out. Get it.
Yeah, get in there. All right. So, look, do we want to go through the preloads? Yeah, look, we will, because it's kind of important. Because
I was hearing people saying, like, do you uninstall? Do you not uninstall? Do you reinstall? Do you update? I would like some clarification on the installation process.
Okay. All right. Just let me fucking read it for a minute. All right, next Monday, November 9, Destiny 2 will go offline for an extended maintenance period. We want to give everyone ample opportunity to download Destiny 2 Update 3.0.0. Our teams are prepping for the launch day assault on our servers. Destiny player support has the full timeline for maintenance, downloads, and more. Read up, spread the word, and get ready for Beyond Light. This is their report. All right. Okay. This says update 3.0.0.1. So they've already made the update. They mentioned the paragraph above redundant. There's a new update after that. It moves quick here, so just keep up, okay? Next Monday, maintenance for update 3.0.0.1 will begin. Below is the timeline of events. November 9, 3:30 p.m. PST. You know what? I just want to say this. I'd like to thank Bungie for not putting silly backwards American dates in here and just writing the fucking words. It makes it, as much as these are Pacific Standard Times and this will all happen on Tuesday morning for us or something, still.
Well, it's not Pacific Standard, it's UTC.
Oh, so it's 3:30 p.m. Oh, and then there's UTC there as well. Whatever.
I'm reading the bracket. Yeah.
Oh, God, mate. Come on, mate. Come on. Switch on. Background maintenance for update 3.0.0.1 will begin November 9 at 4 p.m. In preparation for downtime, players will be removed from activities and will be required to download a small update before logging in again. November 9 at 6:50 p.m. PST. Sign in on for Destiny 2 will be disabled. So, fuck out. 7 p.m. Destiny 2 will be brought offline for expected maintenance. Players will be removed from activities and won't be able to log back in until 9 p.m. So, no, 9 a.m. Fuck, that's a fair while. That's like...
On November the 10th, that's like up until reset, is it not? That's up until when it launches.
Yeah. So that's more or less 14 hours. What are we going to do with our lives without 14 hours of Destiny, Matt?
You've got the day off streaming, I guess.
Just go and stream something else. That's what you do, isn't it?
Word documents. I forgot. I stream other games. Yeah, nice.
What do you mean you forgot you stream other games? You don't stream Destiny.
I've done 1 week of it.
All right. November 10 at 9 a.m. Destiny 2 update 3.0.0.1. I'm dying a little bit every time I read out the full fucking thing. Will be available across all platforms and regions. Players will be able to log back into Destiny 2. And then at 12 p.m. on November 10th, Destiny 2 maintenance is expected to conclude. So midday Pacific time, we're all back in. All right. So the Beyond Light preload sounds like something sexy and something you do at the gym. Let's just get into it. Preload for the update 3.0.0.1 will be available prior to the game's release. Below are the load times and instructions based on platform. PlayStation, who cares? Xbox, who cares?
Stop.
I'm not going to. I'm going to read them out. All right. Beginning November. I get so many. Look. I get so many fucking angry people calling me a PC elitist. I love you. I am an Xbox boy. I'm not winning the PlayStation side of our audience over, but I am.
You are.
I'm just like I'm a mean older brother on a PC. I'm just being a bit of a dick because I love you. That's it. Okay. All right. But
you know what the our podcast description should read?
What?
This podcast is intended for Titan PC Destiny players.
Man, I feel like we're really gutting our demographic. It's already bad enough.
No shit, cunt.
Titan PC Destiny Down Under. No, it's good. Like, honestly, I can't wait for people to get to, I think it's December when they get the 60 FPS versions of the games. Holy shit, you will not know yourself. I am excited for everyone. And like, as I've said in the past, that's the reason that I could never go back to Xbox from PC. It was nothing to do with the game being better. It took me a year and a half to even decide to pick up a mouse and a keyboard. I played on controller for that long. It was simply that it was fucking buttery smooth and everyone's going to be there now, and I'm so excited. All right, so beginning on November 8th at 8 p.m. PST, users can start pre-downloading update 3.0.0.1 on PlayStation, navigating to Destiny 2, pressing the options button and selecting check for updates. There you go. That's how you navigate it in the interface. In an effort to decrease server load, some PlayStation Plus users may be able to pre-download the update starting on November 7th at 8 p.m. So a day early, if they have auto update enabled on their PlayStation 4. For instructions on how to set up auto update, go to the top and click the little link, because I'm not reading that out. I think I've done enough.
Right.
Please note, Bungie recommends that players should not delete their current version of Destiny 2 on their PlayStation console to speed up the pre-download process. So just leave it the fuck alone. Don't touch it.
Right.
I wonder if that's the same for all of them. Don't touch it. Get your fucking hands off it. All right. Preload for Xbox will be available shortly after Destiny 2 is taken offline for expected maintenance on the 7th at 7 p.m. on November 9. Jesus Christ. Why didn't they just write it consistently? They wrote the whole sentence exactly the opposite way around. For instructions on how... Look, they've not spoon-fed the Xbox audience. What's going on here? There's like half a paragraph. There's like fucking a whole stanza up above for the... there's a bit of bias there. I'm going to have to talk to someone about that. Preload for PC will be available shortly after Destiny 2 is taken offline for expected maintenance at 7 p.m. on the 9th of November. The update should automatically be put in the Steam download queue once it's available for preload. For more information on managing Steam downloads and uploads,
Can I just ask something to the American audience? I've noticed Bungie never puts like November 9th, with a TH at the end. Just November 9.
Yeah, didn't you ask this question last week?
Did I? No, I think we were talking about the sequence.
We're talking about the sequence of them and how they say it and spell it out in sentences the way that they write it in the date, like November 9.
Wait, so do they still say on November 9th but don't actually write the TH?
Oh, I don't
or do
think
they say
right.
on November 9?
November 9. Like, look at it. It's November 9. It's just referred to as a date.
Yeah, well, people in chat are saying that they still say the TH even though it's not written there.
Welcome to fucking text semantics down under with Mylan Games. Are you fucking riveted, chat? I know I am.
I think you might be onto something. It might be a puzzle.
Fuck. All right. It's the new fucking ARP or whatever it is. Why haven't they put that? If you add up all of and the.
Oh, that's crazy. Deranged Shaman said they write 9, but they say 9th. That's batshit crazy.
Cheating. All right, let's just go through the platform, the storage requirements. It's pretty important. I mean, if you've got other games on your console, you're going to need to handle this. The Xbox Series X and S, the install size 65.7 gig, storage size 65.7 gig, very consistent there. PlayStation 5 70.78 gigabytes on the install size, storage space needed the same. PlayStation 4, what the fuck is going on here? 70.78 gigabytes install size, storage space needed for installation 171.68 gig.
I asked this question before when I was streaming. Everyone knows this pain. Oh, it's the same for PC. You see the download and you're like, 70
it is.
gig.
What the fuck?
You go and delete all your shit off your hard drives.
Yeah.
I don't know how many times I've deleted fucking Call of Duty just so I can free up 200 gig or whatever it fucking consumes. And then it's like it stops. You're like, well, I've got 70 gig. Why is it not installing? But you really need 186.
That's fucked. No, I mean, like I'll live, but still. All right, so the PC one is the size of the original game and the size of the new game combined. So it doesn't delete the old shit until it's installed the new shit.
Explain this to me.
Small words.
Yeah, basically. They're like, if you're moving house and you have a box, do you unpack the box in the same size room as the box? Well, apparently Xbox Series X can and fucking PlayStation 5 fucking can, but the rest of us have to get a giant fucking room to unpack our PlayStation 4s and Xbox Ones and PCs.
I'm calling bullshit on the whole operation. All right.
Why is that? I bet you someone knows. I bet you someone can tell us why. It's pretty cool that Xbox Series the new gen is like straight up.
I'm stoked for that. I think that's great, and I hope that they
is that because it fucking does it straight away? It doesn't need to like.
It must install as it's fucking downloading or something.
Install it. It must be quick enough to install it whilst it downloads it? Question mark. Don't know.
Who knows? Either way, I'm happy with it. I think it's a good. It's a sign of the times. You don't have to download the game fucking twice to install it or have twice as much space. All right. Okay. Destiny Content Vault, the end of season of arrivals. Legacy titles that will be unavailable. Shadow, Reckoner, Blacksmith, Wayfarer, Chronicle, Undying, Savior, Almighty, Forerunner, and fuck it. I thought it was funny. All right.
Do we want to work out what you're doing? Yeah.
All right. Well, I mean, that's the TWAB. We went through it a lot more thoroughly than I was anticipating. To be honest, I wasn't feeling it, but I just really wanted to laugh at Hunters and their stupid dodge being nerfed because I knew that you'd get upset. So that's good. All right. Here's it. Fucking toxic people. Holy shit. Terrible friends. Oh. All right, Matty, here's what we're going to do. We're going to open the floodgates. Have you got any lore this week? Have you done anything? You look like you just beat up. I don't know. Is the lore found you in a dark alley and kicked the living shit out of you for talking about PowerPoint bloody Word documents about it for too long?
I did. And this is probably why I'm stressed, because I took on too big of a topic to get done in one day, which was everything you need to know, definitely better than Bife's video before Be Online. Like, just if you're a Laps player, what's the stings? Just to get you up to speed with the story. It's not going to be 4 hours long. It could be a 30-minute video. It'd probably be a 30-minute video, so it's a bit chunky. It's a bit of a chunky boy. And I went over light and dark. Just light and darkness, because we actually got more information on that. Pyramid ships, Shadowkeep summary, main character summary, Ervis, Drifter, Exo, Variks, Aldrin, and then Deep Stone Crypt.
I can see what you've done here, because at a glance you're like, okay, I could knock these over pretty quick, and then you start talking about them, and they just go.
Yep.
Yeah. Oh, hang on, but if I'm going to talk about that, then I really need to mention this as well, and I'm a fucking god, and then you end up just all right.
Yeah. And today we learned that very few people, and especially me, had no real idea what the fuck happened in Shadowkeep.
I have no idea what happened in Shadowkeep.
Oh, let me test you, right? Let me test you the basics. All right.
Yeah, here we go. And then look, after this shit, after Matt's fucking surprise law quiz that he does every fucking week, even on other podcasts.
Yeah, got him. Yeah.
We'll open the floodgates, and you can come in and talk to us or ask us questions in chat, and we'll talk about what we think is going to be in Shadow and Beyond Light. Go.
Ready?
Yeah.
Who built the Red Keep, the giant Red Keep in all the marketing, the Scarlet Keep on the moon?
Brown, whatever it is. Hashladoon.
Oh, you do know? You can't. I thought it was Savathun.
Right, hand over the keys to the channel. Hand over the All right. If I get all, you got to ask me 3 questions. If I get all 3, I'll take your law channel off your hands.
Mate, I'll watch you burn into the ground.
Oh yeah, God. Right,
Matt,
next.
why haven't you uploaded in a month? Oh, I'm writing music. Oh, log.
Riffs.
All right. What about why? Why did she build it? Why did it just appear? What was that about?
Because they knew that the darkness fucking the pyramid ship was buried under there, and they were trying to fortify around it because they wanted to get in there.
And do what?
Say good day or have a picnic. Harvest it. Jesus, started out strong. I've gone to shit pretty quick, haven't I? What was it? Fucking tell me.
I don't know, God. I still don't fucking know. We spent 2 hours trying to work it out today. We tried to work out like what they were doing in there. There's
to amplify the signal of the dark. That's plausible. Just make up a lie, chat, and we'll reward the best one with a lore channel.
Amplify the signal of the darkness. Why? Savathun is trying to do the opposite of that.
For fracking.
They were fracking.
You know what? Maybe she just wanted somewhere to live. We thought about that.
Jugs is like, I believe, the closest. They were trying to tap into the power of the pyramids to resurrect Oryx. I think that's what Hashi Brown was doing.
Yeah, right, okay.
But look, at the end of the day,
it is pretty confusing. Honestly, I don't know. Maybe it's just I played through it on more than one character too, so you'd think that I'd know. But yeah, okay.
Honestly, Shadowkeep. When I was writing this, I thought, oh, I know what happened in Shadowkeep. And then I thought, no, I don't. I have no. I actually know what the main point of it was, which was the artifact, which was all the lore that was hidden in the collector's edition. Like when you go back and look at Shadowkeep, it's basically just a massive setup for season of arrivals. The whole point of Shadowkeep is for you to go find the pyramid, find the artifact.
Have that cutscene at the end where you're sort of faced with yourself, and then set up the entire next year of Destiny, right? Yeah.
The whole thing was you to activate the beacon for the next invasion through the artifact. And like Hashladoon's a side story.
Yeah, she's just there.
Because they needed an enemy. Otherwise, it was just going to be a pyramid.
I feel like Ervis is going to be exactly the same thing. I feel like Ervis is like the reason to go to Europa, and then we'll just deal with Ervis, and then that important shit will happen after that.
Yeah, I feel
like it's a MacGuffin. One of my favorite words.
So all right.
So we've got Hashladoon built the Scarlet Keep as a holiday house on the moon. right. What was your third and final question?
Oh yeah, I got one for you. What was? Tell me anything you know about the nightmares. Be really broad. The nightmares, the whole spin on Shadowkeep, these nightmares that were everywhere.
Mate,
you're that guy that fuck.
Yeah, I'm like that guy with the Bible.
Yeah. I was about to say that. Oh, you're like the guy with the fucking Bible. Just blink a bit more. Oh fuck.
Fucking hell. No, like, okay, so they were manifestations of the darkness, right? They were like and brought forth from our own mind into like they were using our weaknesses as enemies or things that we were afraid of or whatever. But I honestly have no idea why. If they wanted to ultimately bring us into the fucking thing and give us something to, just have a chat. Look, it seems a very hostile way of getting to someone to come over for a chat, doesn't it?
Exactly.
It's so like, hey, I'm out the front with my really aggressive dog. I'm just going to stand here and unleash my dog at you and it's going to fucking bark and carry on. But really what I want is for you to come in and have a chat. It doesn't make sense.
I put my entire chat through this painful conversation this morning because when you read the lore, it's very much the artifact and the pyramid ships are making these projections. And it says that a couple times. But there's also the fact that likely Savathun was tagging into it and also causing the nightmares to some extent. Yeah, and it's sort of said in a lot of these different like wikis and stuff that Savathun was taking over on the nightmares, but I couldn't find any reference for it. And I think it's in like the quest steps when you actually play it, it gives you a little bit more information. But there's none of that. No one ever fucking screenshots that. And
I feel like that's where it falls down. Hey, it's like you get it explained to you once as you play through it, but there's really no book or anything that you get out of it, like a lore book that you can review and go, oh, okay, well that's like the backstory to what we played through. It's kind of like here's old love doing this, and from a hot red holiday house, and she's interfering with the nightmares. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, it's a room for improvement, I guess.
Yeah, so I think like looking back on Shadowkeep, I don't know, and it's definitely my fault. Sometimes I obviously just have stuff on when a release happens, and I'm pretty sure Shadowkeep we were doing the Sydney event.
Yeah, not long after Shadow. I mean, that was December, and it was the back end of September that it released.
Okay,
it was released. And then we went fucking PAX, and then we were in Sydney in December. There was a shitload on, and then Christmas and all that. It was a busy time. So I think, I didn't get to play through it as much as I would have liked. But I'm hoping that this season will be a little bit different.
I'm gonna try and play Shadow. I think my plan before this maintenance, I'm gonna play Shadowkeep.
That's good. Yeah. Okay.
I think that would be a nice refresh.
Yeah, I think like from a narrative perspective, and then you can just go, okay, and then like we've done that, and here's what happened in each season, and then you're there, right? Then you're then you got the full context.
Yeah, but how do I do that? How do I play Shadowkeep? Just the Shadowkeep
Would
campaign?
You need to make a new character that you haven't played?
I don't know.
Fuck, I don't know either.
Oh, classic Destiny.
All right, well, look, if you're in chat and you know how to play the game, now's your chance to jump into the Discord and tell me and Matty how the fuck Matt's gonna play through Shadowkeep.
I've got second and third characters, so
yeah, you'll be able to do it on.
I think as long as I haven't done it, I guess.
Yep.
On one of my characters, I can do it.
Yeah.
This there needs to be, like Halo, a quest menu that you just click on and you can just replay the campaign.
Yeah, I feel like that. I mean, obviously, the Red War's going by the wayside, but I've always felt like there should just be you should be able to just go through and play through it and not have to like come out every mission and go back in and all that sort of stuff. I feel like Yeah, I agree. But maybe that's just because that's what we're used to, right? Well, I'm used to, you're not. But anyway, who knows? All right, I'm going to open chat up. If you've got anything you want to say in chat, go for it. You're going to be forever YouTube famous until this video gets demonetized or fucking DMCA'd otherwise or something. What we might do, we might pull some guests into the voice chat. None other than deranged Shaman to start, just because he's at the top of the list. I'm not going to play favorites. Hello, Shaman. Shaman. You there? Hello? No, he's muted. This is not going very well.
Hey, how you doing?
Caller number one.
Hey, holy shit, there you are. G'day, mate. How are you?
I'm doing good. How are y'all?
Not too bad. Not too bad.
I'm actually doing pretty excellent. Locally, we've had some good news tonight, so.
Yeah, I
just say that.
Yeah, we'll leave it at that on the podcast. But at the same time, it's definitely been a big week, and yeah, just know that even over here in Oz, we're thinking of everyone and all of that sort of shit without getting too deep into it. On the excitement machine front, though, on the hype front, what are you most excited for coming into Beyond Light, my dude?
3 sheets to the wind.
What? You gotta get paranoid.
I'm pretty hyped. Oh, yeah. I mean, I've been getting lit just thinking about it, honestly.
We need to bring out the fucking the blue room again, just so you can calm down. What specifically are you looking forward to?
Okay, so I'm really looking forward to the story because, you know, not just getting darkness powers, but actually talking to them, interacting with them more. I think that's gonna be interesting.
Can I ask a serious question?
Sure.
Did you understand any of Shadowkeep, or is it just me and Matt that have no idea what happened?
Okay, so from what I remember, we had to do a bunch of bounty grinding for gear to get into the pyramid ship, or no, to get into the Scarlet Keep, and then the pyramid ship. So,
All right. Yep.
It was like memories of the fire team from. I can't believe I can't remember her name at the moment.
I can't remember
Ervis
anything that you're talking about.
Log. You had to get Dreambane armor to protect you from the nightmares to get through the barrier to get inside the pyramid ship.
Yes.
I don't even reckon I would have known that at the time. I reckon I did. There was just, get this stuff. Okay, go here. Cool. That's it. Fucking hopeless.
Yeah, I remember the bounty grind. It wasn't so fun. But I think you can just replay the story missions for a powerful job too. So that might help.
That's pretty good.
You're excited about interacting with the pyramid ships. Let me ask you this, because I sort of stumbled across this too. Since Destiny 1, Bungie has been slowly changing how they refer to darkness. And as we get to Beyond Light, the darkness and the pyramid ships are pretty synonymous. Almost more so than the Traveler and the Light. Do you think that the pyramid ships is the darkness? Or do you think there's something above that? Like the cosmic force? Do you know what I'm saying?
Well,
yeah, I'm picking up what you're putting down.
Yeah, I guess the way I would think about it is, do you know anything about physics? And hired like fifth dimension.
I was like in wild guess.
I just had like a big grizzly flashback. Remember that amazing episode we had him on, and he was explaining everything, like the fucking Oort clouds and all this shit, and me and you just sat there with glazed over looks going, this guy is way fucking too smart for us.
Too smart for us.
Well, I'll try and simple it down. Like, imagine that you could only see in one direction.
Yep.
Right? So like a flat piece of paper. So when something passed through that paper, you would only see one side of it, like one shape of it, but you wouldn't be able to see the whole thing. Like if a third-dimensional object passed through a two-dimensional space.
Yeah. I'm getting that. So what you're saying is that like the pyramid ships or the traveler in the context of the light is kind of like the envoy of something that exists on many different planes.
It's only one shape, one side of it we get to see because that's all we can observe of it due to our limited.
Yeah,
I like that. I like that.
That's what I was trying to get at. Like,
yeah,
because I've always explained the hierarchy as sort of like the light, the dark, and then like the traveler and the pyramid ships are like minions of the darkness. But what I feel like the language has moved towards is that the pyramid ships, they use darkness and pyramid ships almost as the same thing. And is that just because the pyramid ships are so close to the tippy top of the hierarchy that you're talking to second in command, so you might as well be talking to the darkness? Or are they the embodiment? Are they the way that we would visualize the cosmic force of the darkness?
I reckon.
Or are they a minion of the darkness?
I reckon the second. I reckon it's like when you're thinking about like Lord of the Rings, right? Like the darkness itself is like Sauron before he's got a physical form, and he's sort of like controlling all of his minions. And then like Saruman or something would be like the fucking the pyramid ships. Like it's his like envoy in this plane. Because like ultimately I think that like both the light and the dark tie into something with like what the nine are, right? Like they're a cosmic underwritten force of the universe. Yeah. And then there's this kind of like item or token or thing that is the physical representation of that. And I think that's the way I understand it anyway.
But at the same time, we're never going to see the darkness.
Well, it's just darkness, isn't it? It's just like that fucking window.
I know, that's what I mean. So like...
Well, could I use another allegory?
Yep. And then we might have to move on, but go.
Yeah.
Oh, no, you're good. You're good. I'll make the last thing. So, not to be religious about it, but, just the allegory itself, like the way that I guess you would say like Jesus Christ would be to God. Like it's the human version of him. It's not him. It's just the human version of him so that he could interact with human beings, so to speak.
Yeah, and like
right. Yeah.
Like Bon Scott would be to Satan.
Yeah, yes. Yes. That works for me too.
An avatar. There we go. All right, Shaman. Yes, thanks heaps for jumping in, man. That was fucking great. It was good. I think you gave us more back than we asked you.
Yeah, thanks, mate. Cheers, I don't want to concern the US viewers, but I just saw a spider run down my curtain.
Oh, here we go.
And it's getting warm, so all the creepy crawlies are coming out. We gotta
here we go.
We gotta spray for redbacks. They'll get you.
All right, Shaman. Okay, we'll catch you soon, dude.
Take it easy. Peace.
Oh, bye. Sorry, I didn't realize you were still here. See you, mate.
How rude. Just jumping back to Anamana's comment, I also saw The Darkness at the big day out in 2004. Middle of the day, wasn't very rock and roll, but that was still pretty good. All right, we're going to pull Hovis992 in. We're going to have a chat, all right? He's the one that's unmuted. If you want to come in next, just be unmuted so that we know that you're there, all right? Hovis, g'day.
Hello.
Hello, how are you?
Can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
I'm all right, fella. How are you guys?
Yeah, we're kicking it. We're doing great. It's Friday night. Matt's tired as fuck and a spider just jumped off his curtains. But beyond that, until he's dead, we'll keep this going.
On the stream.
I reckon he's sitting side saddle now because he's too scared to put his legs back under his desk. You are, aren't you?
He's probably got that before. Yeah, no. Yeah, no, I'm good. First time actually catching the stream live because I'm normally working all the time.
Well, I mean, we try and jump on at a convenient time for us normally, but this is. I'm glad that it's worked out for you too.
I get you. You keep me entertained at work. So, I posed a question on the Destiny Community podcast to Matt when he was on last week, but I don't think I quite wrote it correctly and got the point across.
All right. There you go. You can shoot.
So basically, what my question was with the lore in the collector's edition and Clovis Bray's mind being inside the computer and things like that. Do you think with Anna Bray having Rasputin inside the engram and her also having the prototype exo body, do you think at any point that they could merge and then Clovis Bray could take the exo body and potentially be the raid boss or at least an encounter inside of the raid?
Yeah, I honestly think that Rasputin, Clovis Bray, and the Exos will have some probably more than some significance, like a high significance in Deepstone Crypt. I really think it just sounds like. I hope that Deepstone Crypt is the big surprise. We've got so many other things. I hope that Deepstone Crypt, people are just like, what the fuck? Giant war mine, Clovis Bray, just bombastic exo monster. I think. See what you're thinking? Do you reckon like Clovis Bray takes over Rasputin's mind a bit?
Could either like, because obviously the war mines being made in the Golden Age, and also I believe it was Willa Bray did the initial making of the engrams. There could be a way that the way their systems are that he could integrate with it quite easily without much resistance from Rasputin, with like almost like an override.
That's fucking clever, yeah, because Willa Bray fucking made the engrams. Yeah, I like that. So you reckon, what if, right, here you go, we carry the engram in. That's the whole reason to go in, is to find a machine to transfer Rasputin into the exosuit that Anna Bray's got, and Clovis Bray's just sitting there in the circuit wiring, and he's just like, got him. He just yoinks mid transfer and spawns in as, you know, whatever the boss is. We just brought Rasputin
awesome.
straight
Almost
to Clovis
like
Bray.
Almost like you've got a mission in mind, and then right at the end there's a twist, and you've then got to kind of make that decision of whether or not you can neutralize him or have to destroy him.
Can you imagine if you had to make
choices? Huge.
Do you imagine if you had to make choices?
When you think of it, like Clovis Bray though is not really all that different to Rasputin, right? Like in that he's his own autonomous sort of thing that makes decisions based on what he wants to do or what his core sort of like desires are, and it isn't inherently of the darkness either. I feel like that would nearly be replacing Rasputin with another sort of unknowable robot person that would end up feeling very much like Rasputin to begin with. But I think for for him to like take over things in that local area and have us fight against a war mind in that context, or at least like parts of a big machine, or you know some you know like raid boss type interpretation of it, I think it'd be fucking sick.
Yeah, well, I suppose a similar idea to that question Shaman posed about there being like an avatar, like he could use the exo body as his avatar, and like from the war mind he's taken over.
I think we could. I honestly believe that we'll see either Clovis Bray or Clovis Bray the second as like some kind of big fucking mean robot in the Deepstone Crypt. I really do.
Well, yeah, you had that one
Matt's convinced me of
clip
this
with like an XOI in the story trailer. Was it, I think?
The XOI, everyone keeps tweeting at me.
Which looks
I'm just saying this,
super
right?
sus.
I'm just saying this. I'm not the best Destiny player. I don't have the highest power light. But just you fucking wait until we understand encounters first, because we know the law.
Oh, yeah. Love it. I spent a good few hours going through that bloody book. That's the first time I've been able to buy a collector's edition.
Have you actually got it?
Yeah, I had mine arrive like a week and a half ago.
Wonderful.
Yeah, I haven't got mine yet. I'm on the other side of the literally other side of the world.
I think the first Australian one that I've seen was Auras last night. Goodies. So I think they're starting to land. But yeah.
Well, I'm lucky because I'm in the EU, and they made a second distribution center in the Netherlands, which is only like a week away, postage wise. Right.
That's good in the time of COVID, man. it's coming in handy by the sound of it.
Absolutely.
All right, dude. Well, thank you very much for jumping in and asking your question. That was fucking unreal.
Have a good night.
Look at Matt. Looks like you've seriously you've perked him up. Like, look at him. He's forgotten about the spider already. He's put his legs straight back on the fucking table. All right, thanks,
Take it
Ervis.
easy then, lads. Have a lovely evening.
You too, mate.
See you later.
Bye.
Bye.
I feel like English people are our spirit animal. Do you know? Like just Australian, Aussies and Poms get along so well.
I think we're just basically like. I mean, we're kind of like the southern Scottish people, really. Like you, we're gonna have to get Pigeon on the podcast because fucking hell, they are the northern Australians. It's fucking weird. There's so many cultural sort of analogs. That's where my mum's family comes from.
We love the US too, but
to be honest,
it feels like home.
To be honest, and I'll say this, given everything that's going on in the States, I am so invested in just caring about. I didn't realize how much I cared until this week, because I care a lot just about this stuff because I know so many people who live there who are directly impacted by it. And like elections and stuff and the direction that America takes do sort of color the politics of most Western countries. So it matters to us as well. But I think that's a sign of it. I very much care, and I'm sure Matt's the same, and there's a hell of a lot of us here that are the same. So not to labour on it. Right, we're going to get Mikey in here, serial fucking pest from Matt's streams. I can tell this is going to go downhill. And then there's a couple of other troublemakers in the fucking chat as well. Oh, hang on. I dragged fucking Mikey into the wrong one. Sorry, buddy. Are you there?
He's there. Hey, good evening. Hello.
Good evening. How you going, mate?
Pretty good. It's like 6 a.m. I might go to sleep after this, but to watch the stream for a bit before I go.
Wow. Why are you up at 6 a.m.? What kind of loser gets up at 6 a.m.?
Election and Beyond Light. Two things. Like massive. Too much, man. Too much happening this week for an American.
That was solely aimed at Mylan, not you.
Oh, yeah.
All right, man. What are you most excited about coming into Beyond Light?
Oh, the raid. I hope you're right, Mylan, about the raid boss maybe being Clovis. I really want to see what happens. Who knows, right?
It would be cool.
It's gonna be hard.
I mean, regardless, we know nothing about what enemies are really going to be inside Deep Zone Crypt, boss wise.
Yeah.
Even underlings, even like normal unit. Like, what if it's fucking exos or frames or something?
If it is, I'd be impressed with how they work on the AI and the mod design for one raid.
You know. But previously I would be like, no way. But in what was the season we got the little war mine buddies?
Worthy. We got the frames, but they were ogre reskins.
Yeah, but I mean, everything's a reskin.
Yeah, it's fucking Destiny, man. Everything's reskin.
No, but yeah, everything's a reskin.
Fucking toxic.
Toxic shits.
Toxic.
I'll flat out fucking kill a sweeper bot. I've got no qualms with that. Just fucking slide shotgun him while he's there just with his broom. Just boom, fuck off.
Imagine this, right? Imagine this. One of the sections, you know how they have the sections in between sections that give you like downtime?
Yeah.
And they let you bond as a group.
Yeah,
there's
the
just a room.
sections.
There's just a room of sweeper bots that give you the feels, you know, like you just get the impression that they're just janitors stuck in, you know, they're Clovis Bray volunteers locked in a janitor body, and you've been treating them like mindless zombies, and you come to the realization that every sweeper bot was previously a human, and to progress to the next level, you have to anger Clovis Bray, so you've got to kill all the bots in the area.
Oh my god!
You played too much Portal.
Are you okay?
Portal, fucking so good.
Mate. Fucking saddest games over here
right now. Damn.
Jesus.
Oh my goodness.
Calm down. You put that drink down. You've had enough.
All right, so you're excited about the raid, Mikey?
I have a question.
Yeah, shoot.
It's not about the raid, but about so with Shin Malfur, do you think he might be coming back now that we're gonna have power involving the darkness?
How you get there?
So if I'm correct, Shin
walk me
Malfur
through the
created.
process.
So if I'm correct, Shin Malfur created the Dredgen Yor to see who can work with the darkness, like not get corrupted, but like use it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm assuming that maybe in the future he's like, "Hey, you got the power. Hey, how are you doing? You got my Dorn? All right, cool." And then we have some sort of mission with him, with Drifter as well, and we get some more storyline with Shin Malfur. Who knows when? Maybe in the Cosmodrome, or next year before Lightfall.
I reckon.
Be interesting.
I reckon we're more likely to get like an encouraging postcard signed by Dredgen Yor going. Just like you might from like, you know, say you're like a 10-year-old kid who's really good at sport and the person who's really good at sport writes you a letter like, keep going, little buddy. Just fucking
doing
Dredgen
well.
Yor. You're doing well. Give it up.
It's like asking dad to watch you play baseball for the first time, but he's like, "Oh, I'm busy at work. I don't know about that."
Yeah, I'll get there when I can. Wow, this got sad. All right, Mike. And on that note, Mikey, we're gonna get rid of you. That was very bad.
Hold on, I'm gonna say something.
All right, okay. No, all right. Matt wants to say something.
Go for it.
Is an interesting point about all the previous people that have wielded darkness, and I don't think they're necessarily ignoring it, but it's more like it's a different tone. That darkness is a very different thing than stasis, I feel.
Mm-hmm.
Like that darkness consumes your light. Like we're obviously not going to lose our light powers. Mm-hmm. So I'm interested in how we unlock stasis, because that's obviously going to be the key to balancing light and dark.
Deal.
Yeah,
it's a huge deal.
It's the biggest deal in Destiny, right? Because it changes the whole fucking premise and it sets up what we're going to be doing, what we're going to be doing for the next 3 years nearly, because it's going to affect how we get the other subclasses as well. So very interesting.
Looks at us with Stacy and he's like disappointed. He's like, "What the fuck, bro?"
Maybe. Oh, who knows? All right, Mikey, thanks for jumping on, dude. You're a fucking champion. Good to see you, mate.
Have a good night.
Cheers, mate.
US.
See you, mate.
Oh, he's gone. He got out himself. I didn't even get the chance to. I like the
mate. You know what? How do we get such a nice community?
I don't know.
Do you know? Everyone's like,
you know, everyone comes in and they're really nice and just genuinely want to ask questions, and we're here on our Friday night, literally drinking, talking shit. So. You know what? I think what you put out is what you get back. And we're just ourselves, and I think people come on and be themselves and it works.
No, that's not true. If what we put out is what we got back, we'll get people coming in and calling us cunts and fucking saying consoles sucked dick, and then fucking PC Master Race, and then they just yeet out of the Discord.
And then you'd have to like text message them on an actual SMS to get in touch with them. Hey, like, what are assholes?
Nah, thanks, guys. You're really supportive, to be honest. That's what I'm saying.
All right, we're going to pull in a serial offender here on the DDU.
Is this Senshi?
Nah, it's Shaman like a witch. He's got his own intro and everything at this point. I mean, you're going to go to the effort of making yourself a little video about coming on the podcast. I'm going to call you Shaman like a witch every time I see you now.
Please do.
How are you, dude? What's going on?
It's all good. I can't believe I'm catching the podcast live because I actually didn't know that you were going to stream this time.
Oh man, the funny thing about that is neither did me and Matt. We just got it decided on it this afternoon. It's a busy weekend, so we went and did our shit. When are we going to do the podcast? You know, thankfully we didn't have anything planned with the guests because we knew we were going to do the open forum. So Doing them at random times kind of gives us the opportunity to catch up with people that we normally wouldn't. So I guess you're here and that's good. So what are you most excited about for Beyond Light, mate?
Well, now that Matt gave me the lore book yesterday, I'm excited about the lore.
Very excited, right? Okay. What in particular?
Well, yesterday Matt was asking about the nightmares and what's their purpose. What was the purpose of the Scarlet Keep, right?
Yeah.
So I started trying to find any information, and like him, I was searching on Easter Collective and just getting nothing. But then I found something on Reddit, so I'm not taking credit for this, but I found it pretty interesting. Matt, have you read the Inquisition of the Damned book?
Yes, that's about Zolmak, right?
Yes, but there's an entry on the 19th entry or whatever it is that says 19 Apocrypha.
Right.
The daughters have made their cuts and are moving to flee when Hashladun feels a need to gaze once more into the pit. Seek to uncover all you can from the nightmares. A whisper came to her ear. Are they power? Are they a curse? Seek your forebears. And then some other dialogue. And then she says, rise the crimson spire. Signal your coming. Challenge the light. So Hashladun doesn't just make the crimson spire out of without purpose, but it's actually Savathun that influences her to do it.
Right.
And then
as a
the
challenge,
weirdest thing is
a challenge to us, to the light.
Exactly. And the last entry and the last paragraph on that book, on that entry says, the luminous conquerors will come once more. They, the bringers of death, and the final desperate gasp of a death king's legacy will serve as an anvil upon which a new sword will be hammered, strengthened, and forged for ways yet to come, the purest extension of the logic's intent. So this made me think why on the Reddit
this
post,
is what I've been looking for. Where were you this morning?
Sleeping, bro.
Probably asleep, Matt. Fuck.
No, just kidding.
Why the fuck are you sleeping? No. There's loring to be done.
No, thank you. No, I do. So this is all starting to ring bells. This is all starting to ring the bells.
Yeah, I can send you the Reddit post if you want to.
Yeah, that'd be great. I think
you better.
So firstly, when I said that the keep was sort of built by Savathun, and everyone's like, no, Matt, you're wrong. It was Hashladun. I sort of was right. It was inspired by Savathun.
Yeah.
Well, it sounds like Savathun.
I think what I'm going to do.
Savathun's influenced Hashladun to build that, to basically bait us in, to draw us in. And then is also encouraging her to try and harness the powers of the nightmares, and then ultimately to form what sounds to me like a new type of sword logic on the attempted resurrection of Oryx's soul somehow. I don't know. I need to.
That makes sense. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back to the VOD from this morning, and anyone in chat that told me it was Hashladun, I'm going to insta ban you permanently. Because no one corrects a lore master with incorrect lore, okay?
I'm tempted to read out Jugs' comment in chat, but I'm not going to. It's very topical. Shaman, thank you very much for coming in and clearing that up. Man. That's unreal.
Let the man speak.
Okay, sorry. My bad.
From what I also understood from the Reddit post, it's not that they're trying to resurrect Oryx. And reading this again, it kind of makes sense. And the final desperate gasp of a dead king's legacy will serve as an anvil. It's not that they're going to resurrect Oryx, but she's kind of using the last the last of Oryx.
Yes.
To forge to serve as an anvil upon which a new sword will be hammered. And from what I got on the Reddit post is that it's us. We are getting hammered. We are getting strengthened and forged for ways yet to come. Which kind of reminds me of that thing. I think it was on the Vidoc where they were talking about Savathun lining up the dominoes. So this is one of the dominoes. So next season maybe we're getting, I don't know, one step further in Savathun's plan, so that on the next expansion we get she kind of initiates the chain and starts how to say,
starts to knock the dominoes down, more or less. You know, like it feels like a very long term setup.
Yeah. Nah, you're spot on, mate. That has been the best explanation of Shadowkeep I heard today.
Have you considered starting a lore channel, Shaman? You probably should. That was fucking unreal, dude.
Mate, you've already my only suggestion to you to start a lore channel is, you know how at the beginning you said, I don't want to take credit for this, I saw it on Reddit. Just delete that and then just say what you said.
Oh yeah, no, you taught us yesterday. Let's just delete it and say it was my idea.
Just claim it as your own on the shoulders of giants. All right, mate.
I thought of this all by myself.
I'm a big brain genius. Thank you very much. Shaman, thanks heaps for jumping in, dude. That was unreal. I feel much better about Shadowkeep now than I did.
Do you reckon? It does.
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah.
All right, mate. Have a good one.
See ya.
Bye.
Do you know the sad thing about this whole conversation, Log?
What's that?
Is that all I know that you took away from that conversation is we got hammered.
Oh, I did. Yeah, I took quite a bit out of it. But my job here... I'm not sure that anyone actually wants me to do this job, or it's a job that I need to do at all. But my job that I've given myself here is to just attempt to derail any serious lore with innuendo. And that was a very obvious one. So there you go. All right, we're going to pull Trickster in. I think he might be our last guest for this evening. We'll pull him up now. Trickster Shade, g'day, mate.
What is it, boys? Can you hear me properly at all? Hello?
Yeah, we can hear you fine. Can you hear us?
All right. Yeah.
Sweet.
Wanted to say that you guys are awesome. I'm so happy that I can join you guys every week, like watching your podcast and all.
Look, mate. Look.
My theory.
Gonna stop you there. You can go. That's fucking. Don't come on here and tell us fucking lies, mate. We're not having it. It's bullshit. Come in here and spin shit. Right, what do you want? Come on, get out with it.
Okay, so
paid actor.
So my theory is, you guys know how in the trailer for Beyond Light, we hear Variks talking to Ervis, and then somewhere down the line, he starts talking again about there only being one truth about the darkness, which is death. His voice tone changes, which what I theorize, what if Variks gets corrupted by the darkness? Or potentially he gets killed, and that might be our conduit to seeing what the darkness can truly do.
Oh, you reckon? Hit me again. So what does he say? What does he say? Death. It all leads to death or something.
Yeah, because at the beginning he's talking to Ervis saying, "Old friend, the darkness has changed you," and then down the trailer he goes into a different tone saying, in like a dying voice, that there's only one truth to darkness, that's death.
Yeah, that's pretty ominous, isn't it? So you reckon what?
So could we potentially
dying?
Him either being corrupted by the darkness, or could we potentially see a story arc coming back to where like he technically gets what he deserves, which is death for what he, I guess, done for betraying the Awoken?
Yeah, I honestly, Variks is like, what's the guy from Game of Thrones? Littlefinger?
Yeah, fucking out the moon door, cunt. See you later. How the fuck do I remember this shit? Like,
mate,
I can't remember what day it is.
Variks gets away with everything because everyone who hates Aldrin should hate Variks more.
Yeah.
Because he was the one that allowed the prison break. And Aldrin and the fucking Scorn were under the influence of the darkness.
Yeah, but Variks
was the only one
just chose to do it.
Sound mind who did that. I mean, I could go a bit of revenge. I could go a bit of revenge on Variks, and because I think people wouldn't want to kill Variks, but imagine if Variks died, and we're like, oh no, but then you'd have like, you didn't realize he killed Cade, right? Basically.
So that's why I'm like also leaning into what if he potentially gets corrupted instead by the darkness from Ervis, and we get to kill him as well as like, I don't know, maybe a side
as a boss
thing or something. I don't know. Yeah.
Dude, that would be a fucking sick spin. Imagine fighting Variks like an Ervis.
Yeah, I mean, like he's not like a character that we actually have a real use for either, right? You know, like he maybe that would be something. Maybe they're going to use him as a plot device in that respect to like up the stakes with Ervis a bit. Like Ervis will do something like that with him, like corrupt him.
Well, they sort of have.
And...
He's the whole reason of going to Europa. He's the one who did the signal.
There you go.
Right?
Yeah, because apart from the signal, I don't see Variks being used for anything else because the reef's gone. For Dreaming City using Aldrin, there's no Prison of Elders, so they have talked about each character getting a story conclusion and more, you know, fleshing out their story. So what if Variks finally, I guess, maybe gets what he deserves, or I don't know.
Do you know what upsets me? This is what upsets me. If Destiny was rated the same as Halo, we would be seeing cutscenes with Fallen getting their arms ripped off. No doubt.
Oh yeah, dude. There would be dockings.
There would be dockings. And not the good kind.
Oh wow, Matt. I don't know if there is a good kind of docking.
I guess it depends on your perspective, I guess. Oh, did you get your answer? Are you still glad to join us live?
Yeah, honestly.
Dude, it'll be interesting. I'll be thinking about, you know what? I'll be thinking about that through the week as we go through the story. It'll be something that we'll almost certainly circle back to next weekend on the show to pick up that thread and see how it pans out. That's a great little prediction.
Yeah,
I think.
Variks.
Yeah, it'll be very interesting to see what happens with him.
I mean, it would be a wasted opportunity if Bungie doesn't do anything with him, because if he's just there to like say, "Yo, Europa, come hang," then I mean, they have to do something with him, either corrupting him or just outright taking him out,
killing him. Yeah, I think you've got. I think you do have a point there. Well, you could say, so we know he's a prisoner of Ervis. You definitely could, the whole reason we got into Europa is because of his signal. We could definitely save Variks. He could teach us the darkness rather than being corrupted by it. But this is the other point I wanted to swing back to. The darkness in stasis seems very different from other darkness, like Dredgens. Like the Dredgens like turned on each other like instantly. Like they became super mean. Stasis doesn't feel like that.
Yeah, I mean, was that more like darkness, the overarching thing, rather than an elemental use of it? Right? Yeah. Like this is using darkness to manipulate whatever stasis is, right? Rather than letting that shit into your soul or whatever the fuck. I don't know.
What's the physics thing of it?
But what's the stasis? Well, isn't it just supposed to be the space ice you guys were talking about, like space death or something?
Yeah, heat death, something like that.
Something like that.
Yeah. Entropy.
Yeah. Entropy.
But I guess we'll see on November 10th. Pre-order could be online right now.
Good plug. Good bloody plug.
All right, Trickster Shade, everyone. Definite paid actor.
Right? See you, mate.
See you, mate. Thanks for jumping on.
All right. Yeah, no problem. You guys have a good day.
So, yeah.
You too, mate. You too. We got one more guest, Manny. You know who it is.
I can tell who it is. It's fucking Senshi.
I dragged him into the wrong shit. It's Senshi. Senshi. What are you doing?
I've got one question for Log.
All right.
And I got about 3 or 4 or 5 for Matt. How much time have you got?
We've got about. Look, ask your first question and then I'll decide.
All right, so Log, right?
Yeah,
Imagine
Cobber.
Mayhem.
Yeah.
But its abilities. So it's not just your super regens quick, right? It's all your abilities. And then furthermore, you know how June Marches is secondary arc attack dissipated throughout enemies on your first punch.
Yeah, mate.
I feel like I'm losing your interest. Should I
No.
move on to the next
No,
question?
you go on.
All right.
Look,
Imagine Destiny incorporating some ability action where it's not what you do in the moment that triggers an attack, right? Imagine if it's something that upon what you do over the next 3 to 5 attacks, so over the next grenade, punch, couple of enemies you shoot, next minute there's some big climax to what you've done. What if it's what if it all ends up being like a chess game? Got a thing.
What are you talking about, cunt? I don't even understand the questions.
Oh, look, you know what? We're gonna take this out of you. I'll be in chat after we finish the podcast, mate, and you're gonna get a stern talking to, right? And in between now and then, just get off the pipe, mate.
Hang on, I can redeem myself. All right, I got
you got
more.
one chance.
Ask your law questions. You
got one chance.
Ask your law questions. Go on.
All right, so law questions, right? Now, number 1, we know what you were saying the other day about how you think Bungie mucked up what planet they called Europa. You thought they called it something else, so maybe they fucked up there.
And so
how about this? What if way back in Destiny 1 with the Taken King and Oryx and Eris Morn, what if the shard that she pulled out of his sword was actually a shard of the pyramid ships as opposed to a shard of whatever the fuck that was, even though it gave us these exotic swords with shards of the light? What if that was a shard of the darkness, which would then imply his ability to take was actually a power of the darkness itself? Which would then support my own theory of the Wither Horde, the kinetic grenade launcher we get, being a weapon. I honestly reckon we're going to get stasis, we're going to get venom, poison, whatever the fuck that is, which is the darkness power that the Hive seem to wield. And then we're going to get this taken ability. But it's not going to come back in the way we've seen it. We're not going to be able to take control of captains and Hive Knights and Phalanxes. We're not going to be able to fucking do all that rubbish. We're going to be given a new set of abilities, but it's still going to be taken. We're going to get some venom ability, but it's still... Anyway, we're getting off track.
You know what? Nah, you know what, Senshi? It fucking really pains me to say this, but I really agree with you, and I think you're onto something. I think you're into it.
Look, I do like the idea because oh no, we made the exotic swords from that thing.
That shard that Eris picks up, and then consider the fact that she touched that artifact in the triangle ship. She touched the anomaly or calamity. Yeah. I can't remember exactly. I'm straying a bit, but she touched that, and her stone, her thing in her hand, went stasis, which then implies a connection between that and the why was that allowed to become stasis? What tie did that have to the dark power?
I reckon it was it was Bungie putting a massive spoiler and laughing at the community. Ha ha, you don't know what this is yet. Eris is using stasis. She has a smirk on her face. It's all meant to basically foreshadow that she will wield the darkness in Beyond Light, and we just couldn't put the puzzle pieces together yet because we didn't have the information.
I want you to hold on have that little bit more faith, and in the words of the Drifter, trust. Now I've got one other thing, right? Imagine if Savathun is actually the war
can
priest
I stop you for a second?
of Zypher Arath.
Senshi, have you ever? I know you're doing Twitch, right? I know you're doing Twitch. Have you thought about the YouTube content? Well. Have you thought about the YouTube content? Because you could definitely reach 10 minutes and 1 second in every topic.
Mate, I'm struggling to defend. I'm finding it hard enough to defend the country, let alone defend the fucking solar system. I don't have time to do that. That is your gig. I'm fucking boots on the ground, mate.
And Sench. Thank you for your service, mate. You know that.
For those who don't know, Senchi's army. Anyway, what was your question again?
Oh.
So I wanted to know if you it wasn't so much a question, it was more food for thought. The shard of Oryx's sword actually being a shard of the pyramid?
Not that one, your second question, mate.
The second question is, right, Savathun's been built up for us, right? Fucking la-di-da, Savathun this, Savathun that. But we only receive what we're given. What if it turns out Savathun, as amazing as she's been made out to seem, is only the war priest equivalent of Zypher Arath? Because as much as Savathun is the sister of cunning, Zypher Arath is the sister of war. Now, war seems a little bit more pressing than cunning. So imagine if, as amazing as she has been, Savathun, widen your gaze. There is something much more dangerous on the horizon.
Well done, Zench. I've
got another two questions.
Well done, mate. Oh, you've done well. You've done real well.
Oi, and in the meantime, I've discovered Shaq's Mylan Games voice breaking. You ready for it?
Oh, Sant, it's always a pleasure to have you on the podcast. You know that?
I've got so much more to offer, mate.
Look, honestly, we take the piss out of you, but you're a fucking legend. All right, we'll see you later, Senshi. Get out of here, right? Get out of here.
Thank you for your service. Do you have any questions?
That kid. He's a good egg. He's such a good egg.
I've never wanted to simultaneously hug someone and choke them at the same time. Like, I know your heart's in the right place, but All right, we're gonna find someone to fucking host. We're gonna blow this popsicle stand and get out of here.
You know, you should go. Is Gamma Trap's doing a 12-hour stream?
Who's Gamma Trap?
Host. What's that?
Who's Gamma Trap?
As usual, the artwork at the beginning of this video was done by Gamma
Right,
Trap.
now, hang on. I knew it sounded familiar. I'm taking the piss. I have spoken to Gamma more in the last week than I've spoken to Gamma in the last year and a half. It's been fucking insane. But that's a story for another time. All right.
Get it in, yeah.
Maddie, are you going to redeem yourself this week? Where will the law find people?
Right. Oh, fuck, all the top. Oh, right. So let me take you back to 2019. There was a secret spot. You go underneath the Crimson Keep. You go past, not into the pyramid, you go past the pyramid. And you think, what's that on the ground? Is that? Oh, it's a secret message. It says, this message explains Shadowkeep. As you go to read, it flutters out of your hand. And for the first time on the podcast, the law hasn't found you. You have no idea what Shadowkeep was about. You've lost all your memory. Get fucked.
Get fucked. See you next week.